I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'm like on the edge of my seat, like I'm watching a good show, learning about money and learning about business. There's no greater thing to be. Becoming an entrepreneur is nerve-wracking because you got to be brave. But man, if you take the notes that these people have given, it'll absolutely go a long way of helping you stretch what you're doing, how you can step out and be brave, and then how you can continue to build. Never do it by yourself. So this next gentleman, I can't say enough about him. He just makes my heart smile. Howard John will talk about, now the title says Unleashing the Power of Branding in the Digital Era. Howard could really just talk about anything because his expertise is just so wide, so vast, and he's just a dynamic gentleman. So Howard, it says that in my notes, he's the CEO and founder of Black Meta Agency Corporation, a trailblazing force in the SaaS workforce development solutions, focusing on Web3, blockchain, fintech careers, and with over 18 years experience in workforce development. His leadership spans over diverse sectors, including cybersecurity, management consulting, small business development. His groundbreaking work with the Black Meta Agency intersects various fields to tackle the challenges of future industries such as Web3, blockchain, EV charging, and biotech careers. Notably recognized, this is something I'm super excited about, as U.S. Black Chamber's top 50 under 40 that just happened, alongside luminaries like Terrence Bud Crawford and MSNBC's Simone Sanders, who are actually both from Omaha, Nebraska. Howard's influence extends beyond accolades to transformative economic development projects like the MLK Gateway Project in Washington, D.C. The Black Meta Agency, Howard drives innovation, empowers community, and shapes the future of work, leaving an indelible mark on both industry and society. Guys, help me welcome Howard to the studio. I am so honored to just hear from him. Howard, you're my guy. The fact that you had time for us today just shocks me. You're in so many places. So without that, any further ado, I'm going to turn the stage over to you. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. I mean, this is a highlight of my week. And also, I think it's amazing that this is Women's Month and we have a woman that's creating space for all those in the community. AT, would you mind playing the video? Do you have a moment to play the video? All right. So if you play the video, then I'll stop talking. But ultimately, I'm here to kind of give you some free game. And I think, someone has been so blessed to be around so many spaces, from education to technology to economic development, even, consulting for the Port Authority, which manages the World Trade Center and all those major assets. I just have so much to give. So I'm going to be strong and not long, as many of our Baptist preachers have a difficulty doing. But AJ, are you going to play the video? If not, then I can keep going.
Welcome to Veta TV, becoming everything you are. And I'm your host, Marcia Hughes. During the Black Engineer of the Year Awards Conference, I've assisted participants in unearthing their stellar achievements in STEM excellence with the goal of revealing their career and advancing brilliance of STEM essence. Veta STEM Conference is the place where trailblazing STEM professionals turn their STEM story into STEM stardom. And now, please welcome our next guest.
This is the 38th year, and we are so excited. We're seeing old friends and meeting new friends. You need to be here, and we are so excited to be here with you.
Yes.
So share with us your name and all of your information.
Absolutely.
So that I don't mess it up.
It's okay. Yeah. My name is Howard R. John. I'm the CEO and founder of Black Meta Agency. Our focus is to create a pipeline of 1 million BIPOC and women to the emerging tech space. We do so in workforce development, education, and business solutions, leveraging AI, AR, and virtual reality.
So what made you decide to create this business?
Yes. So it goes back to undergrad. I went to Clark University. I was an education major there. Went on to become a professor at Cheney University. Came to DC and got into cybersecurity
I love it.
and did that for about 9 years and said, hey, how can I merge these two and address the inequities that exist in technology? As an educator, I was training Black male teachers and training Black women teaching STEM. So I sat down and I did my drawing board for many nights. I came up with the idea to go into workforce development, leveraging technology, create a presence of more Black technology in the state.
So how are you?
So the reason why I wanted to share that video is because I'm all about branding, and we're talking about branding in the digital era, or more so evolving our business during a digital era, which has so many implications. I'm going to give you some free game on AI. I'm going to give you some free game on how to pivot into tech. Also, I'm going to kind of give you some of my branding secrets on how I've been able to scale this company. That's only in 2 years. It's now we're doing global projects making impact. And so I'm going to first start with, the questions of, would you like to, be on this technology revolution and leveraging all of these cool technologies from blockchain, smart contracts, fintech? Are you wondering about how to incorporate this into your business model? Also, are you thinking about pivoting into technology? Well, we have this conversation today to address those topics and many more. As someone who has been in education from the classroom, has been in higher education, and also many other industries that we talked about today, pivoting is so crucial. But I really believe that it's the best time for us to pivot and expand into tech. We know that this is a multi-trillion-dollar industry that's ahead of us when it comes to virtual reality, artificial intelligence, with iconic tools such as ChatGPT and Bard AI. The time is now. As someone that uses AR and artificial reality and virtual reality into their business, I can tell you that it's the blue ocean effect. And what is the blue ocean effect? It's not my pretty blue jacket. The blue ocean effect is going into a space to where there is not many people. So if you were a shark or a shark and you're trying to swim around other sharks and eat the same food the sharks are eating, it's a lot of competition. But that shark found a blue ocean where there's no other shark fishing or eating. He can also eat alone and eat as long as he would like to. And that's what I did with technology. As a person that was in a classroom that actually trained teachers at a college level and then went into cybersecurity, which is very, very popular now, I was thinking of how can I pull those things together? And therefore we have Black Meta Agency. And the way that I've been able to build my brand, it hasn't been going after a whole lot of capital, which is so important. But it's really been, and you can go to the next slide, we can go to the services slide. But it's really been about starting where you are. A lot of us are spending days and weeks and months on cool decks, days and weeks and months on talking to people about our business idea, months and years on trying to apply for capital for our businesses. And I can tell you that it's not as necessary to do if you're really trying to solve a problem in the industry. And I say start where you are. What does that mean? With someone who produces events, someone who educates and also does consulting, I couldn't just wait around for someone to give me my first opportunity. I had to go after it. And what does going after it means? So if I wanted to create a brand of technology and Web3 and all these emerging spaces in the lens of workforce, I had to create my own events. And that cost me a little of nothing to do so. And the reason why I created an event, because it serves as a multi-tier branding and outreach strategy. One, you create yourself as a subject matter expert. Two, you create a community around you of people that are interested in what you're doing or ability to contribute. Or three, able to mention your name in rooms once you're gone because of the event. The third part is that it's really good business development. So if you're trying to sell a product or sell a service, the best way to do it is to have an event to where you're actually pitching your idea, but also you create a platform from others to leverage that space as well. That way you're leveraging your social brand, your network, and also you're monetizing your relationships. The fourth reason for having outreach at events is the fact that it creates a presence in the community. Everybody's online, everybody is sending emails, everybody's on social media, but not everybody is out there in the streets really trying to create community or just awareness around their brand. And oftentimes, these events have generated cash clients, strategic partners, joint venture partners for me, notoriety in the press, as you see today with the video I shared, and also just awareness of what people are thinking, doing, and how they're moving in the industry. And sometimes these events can cost as little as $200. And I say $200 because you got to buy a couple of food, a little bit of food and some drink, some refreshments. And the venue can be a partner because you're driving traffic to that venue around business owners and leaders within your demographic or your discipline. So, that's one of my major branding secrets. But to get there, you have to drop your ego. And we say, what does ego have to do with building a brand and starting a business? Well, ego has a lot to do with it because if you're afraid of what people may think, if you're too self-conscious, if you're too aware of what is my classmates going to think of me now going into this new space, then you're limiting yourself. And so as you drop your ego, it's also important to understand that if you are pivoting into tech or going into a new discipline, you may be the least smartest person in the room to begin with, but eventually you'll be bringing your subject matter expertise and this new information of technology into this one space. And now you are a formidable opponent to any company or any firm. We talk about what is the subject matter expertise and how does that matter when you're pivoting or branding yourself into tech? Well, your subject matter expertise is truly what you're really good at, what you know well, like the back of your hand, right? I know education, I know community building, I know solving economic and social problems through programming, and also I know tech. And so because I was able to bring that dynamic of thinking with my left brain into technology, therefore I have an opportunity to create an agency that serves as a platform and as an organization that empowers, connects, and engages those within the technology community. The next thing that we're talking about is really providing value as you grow. And that goes back to the whole thesis of starting where you are. So if you are an organization, the way you provide value is finding where people have the problem that you're looking to provide a solution to. And sometimes it may come as a free opportunity or as a test or a beta test of your solution that you want to offer, so that one, you can get past performance, or you have references that can say, hey, this person has done an amazing job, their company is stellar. Number two, you get some feedback as to, I think I'm a genius, but does the world really see my solution as a genius solution, right? And number three, you have the opportunity to really gain actually clients off of doing a free demo. And on the demo or the solution set, doesn't have to be the entire set, but it can be a preview or even services that you're offering at the basic level service, so that people can see what you're about, but also the work that you do. I tell you for sure, that has garnered me thousands of dollars in business by offering free services. If there's ever an opportunity for you to present at your local conference around tech, around whatever business vertical that you're aligned to, I'm telling you to do so. Get a lot of things from that, right? And we're talking about branding. So think about it. If the event is in, let's say, April 21st, and today is March 15th, one, you have opportunity to provide some thought leadership, but two, you have an opportunity to start branding yourself before the event happens. And marketing yourself rather before the event happens. So the event happens in April. That means I have about 6 weeks to tell the community, hey, I'm presenting on this topic, and here are some free tips. And as you're doing that, you're showing goodwill to the community. You're adding a service, you're giving back, but also you're trying to see, are your messages landing firmly in the placement of which you targeted them for. So when it comes to that, you're leveraging social media, you're leveraging all of your platforms. The thing about leveraging your platform is that we feel that as soon as we post something to our community, they're going to jump on it. And the interesting thing that I've noticed after pivoting at least 3 times in my career is that each of your friends' network, they brought on to you because you were a friend, not because of your business. And so if you're looking for your friends, the financial dreams, then you're going to be looking for a very long time. I met Veta, maybe 10 years into my career. And Veta has been a stellar champion of what we're doing with our agency, but also the things that we've done through the U.S. Black Chamber and Greater Washington Black Chamber. But if I was waiting to do the work and then meet a Veta, I wouldn't have anything to leverage or share or even add value to. And so that's why it's so important to start building where you are, start serving where you are, start offering free webinars. Every time you offer free webinar, it's an opportunity to market who you are and what you're doing to the greater community. The other opportunity that avails itself is that you also get a chance to create some thought leadership, but also some resources. If I'm able to mobilize a group, solve a problem, give back, and I meet someone else that's also doing something similar, we can combine our resources and we can circulate Black talent, Black resources, and Black intellectual property. And that's so critical as we're growing our businesses, is that we realize that, yes, you may be starting alone, but you don't have to be by yourself at all times. You can find cool ways to integrate other businesses into how you solve problems and how you pitch ideas. The next thing I want to give you is a couple of things when it comes to building your brand. One thing I say is you have to be relentless. You have to operate as if everybody's watching at all times. If you ever see me out in these DC or Omaha streets, then I'm going to have some branded material on. Or if you ever see a YouTube or any type of Zoom clip, and go to my Zoom. I love doing this in the background. It's the fun part. You're going to see my brand because I believe in it. I would rather wear my brand over any other Louis or Nike or anybody else because I understand the power of branding. And every time my energy is projected, I'm reinforcing whatever this brand is about. And so, as you are branding yourself, be very meticulous with the quality of content you put out. Don't overthink it, and don't allow perfection to delay progress. However, you want to put out a standard image, a standard, a technical presentation every time you come in. What I do want to kind of give value to is, some tips for our digital people out here who are looking to integrate some of these tech tools. I'm a big proponent of large language models, which are the ChatGPTs and Bards. A quick tidbit as we get ready to wrap up is a way to leverage these AI tools is you can use these tools for branding and also for staff augmentation. As you see on the slide, we talk about AI business technology and how we look at integrating these services into businesses. Ultimately, we are advisors and telling you here's how you can use large language models like ChatGPT and also Bard AI, and lastly, Perplexity. Now, Perplexity AI is my favorite large language model. Perplexity cites your resources. It actually generates images and also give you other value points. Another tip is as you're using these AI tools like the Bards and et cetera, you can actually teach your tool how to respond to your business by uploading information and documents of your business into the AI tool and educating the tool on, hey, here's the business, here's our business model, here are our values, here we believe in. So every time you ask the AI a question within that box, it's going to give you a very focused response. Another way that we support businesses is leveraging virtual reality for workforce development. As you're augmenting your staff with AI, as AI is becoming your press writer, or your comms team, your proposal writer, all these things, we also provide VR so that now you can standardize and multiply your ability to train people. How does that happen? It's very simple. We actually come in and we provide you with headsets, as you know, the VR headsets, and we actually put your training that you would give any new customer or any new employee. We place it into the VR experience to where now they have the same experience that all 100, 200, or 50 of your previous employees had. This is saving hundreds of thousands of dollars on training costs, but also it allows the experience to be gamified. And they say virtual reality increases retention by 80%, by going into the metaverse. And so I think that's such a cool concept, but it's the way of the future and the way of the now. And then we go to the next slide as we close out. But ultimately, we want to just let you know that you can pivot into tech. If you're looking to move into tech, we want you to realize that it is going to be some challenges. To close out, you have to develop a very strong persona. You can't let people deter you by not, if they don't post, if they don't recommend you, that's fine. Go add another 100 people on LinkedIn. Go find another 5 people that's willing to listen to your business. The other piece is that you can start where you are. And starting where you are is very simple. It's about leveraging your thought leadership, your social brand to bring people together. You can bring 10 people together on a monthly basis, and that goes to 20 and 30 and et cetera. And those people are becoming your biggest advocates because they appreciate you for creating space. And you can do so by leveraging technology to build your marketing tools, leveraging technology to provide an assistant via an AI assistant and many other ways. And lastly, it's about providing value as you grow. So as you're waiting for that big, check to come through from the bank or from your investor, in the meantime, you can refine or reduce your large idea down into a small part and focus on executing that small part, go on to the next part of your solution, the next part, and before you know it, you've use case tested each of those areas of your business. And when it's time to go for funding or to provide or to recruit people to support you, you can show them, hey, I have accomplished this section of the solution, this section and this section. Now with you and my team and this funding, we'll be able to make a full wraparound service presentation to the community. So I want to thank you all for listening. Again, you can check us out at blackmetaagency.com or BMA Web3. We have merch, and we look forward to serving the Omaha, Nebraska community and also greater community as we circulate Black and support the growth of businesses for the use of all communities. Where's my music, please?
I love it. Wait a minute. You should see me in these notes. Howard brought his merch. You got all your tools. You got your QR code ready, man. You were ready today. I got to say this. Yes. We talked about being able to build capacity for businesses, but what we recognize is even those of us that are on this platform together, we've been able to build capacity for us too, because just by being on here with one another, we've gotten better. Howard has already, man, I'm sitting here writing notes like, okay, I got to call Miss Terry and make sure to give me some Jeffery Consultant merch. I'm going to start wearing my own merch. Now, I'm going to keep repping small businesses, but I'm going to make sure that mine is in that loop as well. Yes. Howard, you dropped all the jewels in the world. I was taking notes copiously. I hope people had it. We're going to be checking, guys, for your pad, your pen. We should have some kind of recognition and do some quick Q during our Q&A session.